My husband thinks it's time for me to clean out my pile of scrap wood. Well, that ain't gonna happen. I'd rather spend my time creating than cleaning. So my thought is maybe I can get some of this wood turned into some quick cash by transforming them into smalls to sell for the fall. So let's see if I'm up for this challenge. I decided to cut my wood in various sizes, completely random. I also sanded the wood down. And if you don't have access to wood and wanted to try one of these projects, you can always get scrap wood at the dollar store. There's also scrap wood at many of the local hardware stores, and some of them will cut it for you also. I'm Sylvia from Backyard Brushes in Fountain City, Wisconsin, and in today's video, I'm turning scrap wood into false smalls. A smart woman, Royce, once told me that smalls pay the bills. And you know what? She's right, especially in today's economy. So let's roll up our sleeves and let's get creating. For project 1, I painted a piece of wood with DIY's Fancy Farm Girl. I taped on a stencil from a pack I bought from Amazon, and I can link that in the description below. Because the background is dark, I'm using a sponge stick and I'm lightly dabbing on white behind the stencil so that the colors can pop versus putting the colors on top of a dark color. Once that dried, I'm using DIY's Queen Bee and I am dabbing on the petals. And I decided to go with Summer Crush on the base of the petals first. So I went around with the Summer's Crush. Now I'm blending in the Queen's Bee and I go all the way around the stencil. Using weathered wood, I'm doing the inside of the stencil or the flower. Once that dries, I remove the tape and the stencil. And I use my finger sander, which I can also link in the description below. And I just work my way around and on top of the stencil. I used a spotter brush to cover up a little bit of the white that was showing. I sealed the project with DIY Big Top once it was completely dry. And I have a little shelf sitter. For project 2, I painted a piece of wood white. I went around the edges with the DIY Fancy Farm Girl. I decided to use a napkin, so I just cut out a square with my scissors. Using DIY's liquid patina, I put a little bit on my fingers to make it tacky and peeled my napkin. I did realize that my napkin was 2-ply and I only peeled off one of the edges. So I went back using the same process and I peeled off the second layer. I can also link this napkin below in the description. When decoupaging with napkins, I do choose to use the liquid patina, and I lay the liquid patina down. I'm going to lay the napkin on top of the liquid patina while it's still wet. Napkins are really fragile, so you do have to be careful. However, I didn't quite like where I laid it. I was missing part of that edge. I was able to lift the napkin up carefully and reposition it without tearing. I line up my napkin. I use my fingers to kind of smooth out my edges. I then take a piece of parchment paper. I lay it on top of the napkin and using my little mini Cricut heat press, I just go over it on the top setting and I'm able to iron those wrinkles right out. I can also link the mini press in the comments. Using my finger sander, I go around the edges and remove the excess napkin. I then give the whole project a coat of liquid patina to seal the project. I did feel I had a little bit of wrinkles from this last part of the liquid patina, so I used the same method and pressed out those wrinkles. Project 3, I painted a wood block white. Using liquid patina, I decided to apply an old hymnal page that I had thrifted the hymnal from, I don't even know where, a while back ago. So I just took out a piece of the hymnal, a hymnal sheet, and I placed it on the wood block on top of the liquid patina. And using the same method as before, I'm going to use a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to go over the hymnal on the high heat setting and get the wrinkles out. I like the burning the edges, so I'm going to trim the edges of the hymnal. I do have water nearby. I do not recommend doing this inside the home, even though I do. And I just light the paper on fire and I let it burn all the way around the edges. The flame tends to stop once it touches the decoupage medium. And I just like that vintage effect the burned edges gives on a project. So I just made my way around with the flame, and then using a finger sander, I just took off a little bit of the ashes that were left, and I sealed it with liquid patina by DIY. And then I decided to give it a quick press just to get out any of those excess wrinkles. Using the IOD sunflower transfers, I layered on some leaves, which one of the reasons I love the IOD transfers is the ease of use and how you can just layer them so easily. So first I started with the background of the leaves, and I just rubbed on the transfers. Then I added a stem in using the same method. I just gently rubbed on the transfers and peeled it off. Then I chose the sunflower that would fit the piece of wood, and I just figured out where I wanted to place it first. Then using the same method, I just gently laid it down, used the stick, and rubbed gently and peeled off the flower as I rubbed and made my way down. Once adhered, I used the back of the transfer paper to varnish the transfer to ensure that it was stuck correctly or it adhered to the background. For project 4, I used an IOD sunflower mold. Using a quick, fast-drying resin, I casted a sunflower. I went around the edges of the sunflower and I painted them in Queen's Bee by DIY. I did not mix any other colors in with it or try to blend colors. For the center of the sunflower, I'm using Woodworking by Fusion, and it's one coat of paint. And the Queen Bee also took one coat of paint to finish all the petals. After the paint dried, I did seal the sunflower with DIY liquid patina. DIY is a clay-based paint and does need to be sealed, especially since I plan on using a wax. Using Apothecary by DIY, I covered a piece of wood. Once it dried, I randomly spread Vaseline over the wood. Then, using the Fancy Farm Girl, I gave a full coat over the paint and Vaseline. Using Kindest Regards by IOD and white ink, I stamped on top of the board. Then I sealed the ink with my heat gun. I distressed the wood with my finger sander. I sealed the wood with Big Top by DIY, and after sealing it, it did bring out some of that white lettering and gave me that layered old effect I was going for. Using DIY dark wax, I just smushed it into all the crevices of that sunflower and just completely covered it. I wiped away all the excess wax with a paper towel, and it just left a fully detailed sunflower. Those molds are just unbelievable when it comes to the detail. I chose to use Type Bond, and I put the glue on the back, and then I added some E6000 to tighten the grip. I then placed the sunflower on the board. Type Bond dries within 10 to 20 minutes. E6000, it does take 24 hours to set. So once this is fully dry, it is not going to go anywhere. So what do you think? Did I complete the challenge and turn some scrap wood into some quick cash with some fall smalls? I did choose to use all sunflowers. However, if you do choose to try some of these techniques, you don't have to do sunflowers. Owls usually do sell really well this time of year, along with pumpkins and ghosts and such. So please let me know what you think and if you'll be trying one of these techniques. And if you found this video inspirational, please hit subscribe below and follow me along on my creative journey. Thank you.